The Tamron Hall studio in New York was a cozy enclave of daytime TV intimacy, its warm set and engaged audience humming with anticipation as the soulful theme music faded, ushering in a high-profile interview under the soft lighting on a rainy October 2025 afternoon. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, stepped onto the stage with a measured smile, his casual blazer and earnest demeanor drawing cheers from the crowd, there to promote his expanded Invictus Games initiatives and discuss mental health advocacy amid his ongoing UK visits for Well Child Awards. The air crackled with the potential for a heartfelt exchange, given Tamron Hall's reputation for empathetic yet incisive questions and Harry's history of opening up about family strains, as seen in his 2021 Oprah interview where he addressed royal tensions. Tamron, seated in her host chair with her signature poise, kicked things off. "Harry, it's an honor to have you. Your work with Invictus is life-changing, but let's dive in. Your book Spare exposed so much family pain. Have you healed, or is the rift still raw?" The audience leaned in, and Harry's smile held, his voice steady. "Tamron, Invictus is about resiliency. My family's complicated, but I'm focused on moving forward." The crowd applauded, but Tamron leaned forward, her eyes compassionate yet probing. "Moving forward, Harry? Some say Spare reopened wounds. Don't you worry it's hindered reconciliation?" The question echoed unverified 2025 YouTube claims of a clash, and Harry's eyes narrowed slightly. "Hindered, Tamron? I shared to heal, not harm, and unlike the press that exploits it," he replied, his British accent firm. The audience murmured, catching the edge, and Tamron's smile softened but persisted. "Exploits, Harry? Your Netflix projects and interviews keep the story alive. Some call it profiting off pain." The studio buzzed, and Harry leaned in. "Profiting, Tamron? It's about trust. My work funds causes like Well Child." The crowd split, some cheering Harry's passion, others nodding at Tamron's point. Tamron pressed, "Truth, Harry? Your family feels betrayed. Don't you see their side?" Harry's jaw tightened, his voice rising. "Their side? I've seen it for decades, Tamron, and not the version the tabloids sell." The audience gasped, and Tamron's tone sharpened gently. "Tabloids, Harry? Spare named name as a William, Charles. Isn't that a low blow?" The room crackled, and Harry's face flushed. "Low blow? It's my reality, Tamron. You're twisting it into drama." The producers, watching from the control room, exchanged nervous glances. This was veering off the empathetic script, mirroring debunked YouTube tales of Harry walking off. Tamron tried to pivot. "Let's talk Well Child. Those kids are incredible." But Harry cut her off. "No, Tamron, you're framing me as the family wrecker." The crowd roared, some clapping for Harry's fire, others for Tamron's balance. Tamron, unfazed, raised an eyebrow. "Wrecker, Harry? I'm just asking what viewers want. Don't get defensive." Harry's voice boomed. "Defensive? You're dismissing my pain, Tamron, like I'm the villain." The stage was a powder keg, the crowd fueling the fire, as cameras zoomed in on Harry's steely gaze and Tamron's compassionate stare, setting the scene for a heated argument that would spark headlines, though no verified 2025 incident occurred. As Tamron Hall returned from a commercial break, the studio was a pressure cooker, the audience buzzing with excitement after the fiery opening exchange between Prince Harry and Tamron Hall. The set's intimate vibe felt almost ironic against the simmering tension, as Tamron tried to reset with her trademark empathy. "Welcome back, everyone. Prince Harry's here, and we're having a real conversation." But Harry, seated with his arms crossed, wasn't in the mood for pleasantries. His eyes locked on Tamron. "Real conversation, Tamron? You've got more to say about my family. Let's hear it," he said, his voice dripping with challenge. The crowd gasped, and Tamron leaned forward, her smile strained but warm. "Harry, I'm just curious. Spare detailed so much hurt. Don't you regret how public it became?" The question doubled down on her earlier probe, and Harry's jaw tightened. "Regret, Tamron? I regret the silence more, and unlike the media that profits from division," he fired back, his accent cutting through the applause. The audience erupted, some cheering Harry's resolve, others murmuring at his jab. Tamron, unfazed, raised an eyebrow. "Profits, Harry? Your book and series keep the story in headline as a don't you see the cycle?" The jab was pointed, and Harry's voice rose. Cycle, I broke it by speaking, Tamron, and not feeding it like your questions. The crowd roared, and a guest correspondent, a fictional royal expert named Emily Andrews, tried to intervene. Harry, your Invictus work is inspiring, let's talk that. But Harry waved her off. No, Emily, I'm tired of Tamron painting me as the family saboteur for her show. The accusation landed like a punch, and Tamron's grin faltered, her tone sharpening. Saboteur? Harry, I'm just doing my job asking questions. You're the one getting defensive. The audience was in a frenzy, some chanting Harry, while others clapped for Tamron's balance. Harry leaned forward, his voice booming. Defensive? You're implying I exploited my family, Tamron, like I'm some opportunist. The crowd gasped, and Tamron's face reddened, her voice trembling with frustration. Opportunist? Harry, I'm your admirer, but you're acting like I'm attacking your whole mission. Harry's eyes narrowed, his tone icy. You are attacking me, Tamron, turning my healing into a scandal. I thought this was about well, child, but wrong. The studio was chaos, the audience on its feet, as the producers signaled frantically for the band to play. The music started, but it couldn't drown out the drama. Tamron, her hands gesturing, fired back. Wrong? Harry, you're making this personal, acting like I'm the enemy. This is Tamron Hall. Harry stood, his hands on his hips. Tamron Hall? You're using me for ratings, Tamron, and I'm not here for it. The crowd roared, and Tamron stood too, her voice booming. Ratings? Harry, you chose the spotlight. Don't cry foul when I ask real questions. The audience gasped, and the cameras stayed locked on the two, capturing every moment of the escalating feud. Harry's face contorted with fury. Real questions? You're throwing shade to look clever, Tamron. I'm done. The producers, now in full panic, signaled for security, but the stage was a powder keg, and the fuse was burning fast. Despite no verified 2025 clash occurring, the Tamron Hall studio was a battlefield, the air thick with the heat of the escalating clash between Prince Harry and Tamron Hall, the audience on the edge of their seats as the verbal duel reached a fever pitch. Harry, now standing, loomed over the set, his blazer unbuttoned as he pointed at Tamron. You think you're empathetic, Tamron, turning my pain into your show's spectacle. But I'm not your royal tragedy. The crowd roared, split between those who admired Harry's fire and those who lived for Tamron's compassion. Tamron, standing to match him, her voice sharp. Tragedy? Harry, you're serving up this victim narrative here. Don't act shocked when I question it. The jab was brutal, echoing unverified 2025 YouTube claims of Tamron challenging Harry's motives, and Harry's voice boomed. Question? You're accusing me of exploiting my family, Tamron, when I'm just healing. The audience gasped, and the band tried to play a light riff, but the noise was drowned out by the crowd's cheers. Tamron, her eyes glinting, fired back. Healing? Harry, your book named Name don't blame me for calling it out. The crowd gasped, and Harry's face reddened, his voice trembling with fury. Calling it out? I've built Invictus to help others, Tamron, and I'm still standing. The insult was a direct hit, and Tamron's smile vanished, her tone icy. Standing? You chose the public stage. Harry, don't cry foul when I do my job. The studio was chaos, the audience on its feet, as Emily tried to regain control. Harry, your well-child work is nobly. Let's focus there. Harry, his fists clenched, snapped. Noble? Tamron's twisting my mission into clickbait, Emily, and I'm sick of it. The crowd roared,